What we use right now is called felucca. Felucca is simply a sailing boat. And this sailing boat exists on the Nile from almost 5000 BC. The highest part of Africa is Kilimanjaro here in the middle. And then Africa goes gradually to the south and to the north. To the south to the Indian Ocean and to the north into the Mediterranean. So the river Nile goes from here into the Mediterranean. Egypt was gifted by the Nile River that its current exceptionally is coming from south to north. And one of the exceptional river, not the only, but one of the exceptional river in the world, which the current comes from Africa or the mid of Africa into the Mediterranean. Our wind direction in Egypt is north to south. Okay, so that will make it very easy for you to set sail on the Nile. If you are setting sail on the Nile from the north to the south, which is against the current, all what you need is to set the sail and the wind is going to push you against the current with no problem. If you set sail from the south to the north, you will be depending on the current. Aswan is quite famous as well for its islands. We have group of islands on the Nile right here because this is the beginning of the first cataract. When we say cataract, it's always reminded by the eye disease, right? Okay, it is the same idea. The idea is the cataract, the eye disease, is based on blocking the eye from seeing or blocking the lens of the eye from seeing. So you have to remove this lens and put another which would allow the people to see again with no problem. So whatever would disturb could be used as a cataract. So the disturbance on the river are natural blocks of stone, which means that this block which has all these pigeon birds over there, if we have many of them, that would be called as a cataract. So this is always would not enable big ships to pass through the cataract. How many on the Nile? There are 6. How many in Egypt? There are 4 in Egypt and 2 in Sudan. So you're not passing 1, you're passing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until you come, which is impossible. So you wouldn't think ever of using a big boat or a military size of boat to come into Egypt through the Nile. And like any city in Egypt, the Nile is dividing this city into 2 banks, East Bank and West Bank. And you will find always the East Bank is like more active and it is more inhabited compared to the West Bank. If you look up upon the top of this natural hill over there, you're going to see a dome shape. This dome shape is the Dome of the Rock. And the Dome of the Rock is a quite famous name because one of the very famous mosques in Jerusalem is bearing this name, the Dome of the Rock. This dome actually was built upon a tomb. This tomb belongs to a very famous religious Muslim man, his name is Sheikh Muhammad, who died and buried during the 10th century AD. If we look down a little bit into the middle of this natural hill, you're going to see some holes. And the holes actually are leading to tombs. Those tombs actually are the tombs which have been cut into the rock, and they belong to the governors of Aswan here during the 6th and the 12th dynasty, during 2300 BC till 1900 BC. There is always 5 stairs which would take us up there, and that would allow us to visit the tombs, and they are all dedicated as family tombs. Then we get back into the island itself, where we see here one of the most famous and the largest among them all, which is the island that we can see it on our left hand side. This island actually is called as Elephantine Island.